Hello and welcome back. So I have been MIA, but for good reason. I actually got a gaming laptop so I can make cooler videos. Um, the first video that we are going to do is every state a different room, and I was super stoked about doing this. So without further ado, let's get started. The first state that we are going to be spinning for is the outside of the house, and it is Oregon. Now, I live in California, so this is my sister state up north. I tried to make the home as close to the state as I possibly could, but I got carried away because I wanted to give it a Victorian vibe. So I actually visited Oregon earlier this year and it was beautiful to say the least. But throughout this video, I will be throwing out some cool facts that I did not know about some of these states. So I hope you enjoy that. So one interesting fact was Oregon joined the Union as the 33rd state on February 14th, 1859. So it does share a birthday with Valentine's Day. The state capital is Salem, and Salem is absolutely beautiful. So, a couple of cool things. The state nickname is Beaver State, and the state beverage is milk, which explains why it's famous for Tillamook cheese. The state motto is "She flies with her own wings," which I thought was very beautiful. The state animal is the American beaver, which explains why the nickname is Beaver State. And the state gem is Oregon Sunstone. I wonder what that looks like. I'm pretty sure it's beautiful. So I decided to make the home look very Victorian, very woodsy. I didn't want to overwhelm it with too many trees, but I just wanted to give that nice woodsy feel. So the next room that we are spinning for is the entryway to the home. And Louisiana is what the wheel decided. And this is definitely one of my states that I want to make it to on my bucket list. I lost some of the footage prior to me starting to decorate, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to give it a very jazzy feel. So cool things about Louisiana, it entered the Union as the 18th state on April 30th, 1812. Their state capital is Baton Rouge, and their nickname is the Pelican State. Some of the things that Louisiana is famous for is jazz, the French Quarter, and Mardi Gras. Their state motto is Union, Justice, and Confidence. Some of the cool things I saw were, the state song, there's two of them. It's Give Me Louisiana and You Are My Sunshine. That's one of my personal favorite songs. Now, I did switch up the room just because I felt like it didn't have too much of a musical feel, so I decided to make it as if you were in a studio. I put the really cool signs up there, every musical piece of artwork that I could find, and yeah, I love that room. I thought it came out pretty cool. The next room is going to be the dining room, and the wheel chose Virginia. So let's go ahead and throw out some fun facts about Virginia. So Virginia entered the Union as the 10th state on June 25th, 1788. They are famous for presidential homes, Arlington Military Cemetery, Chesapeake Bay Bridge/Tunnel. Their state beverage is also milk, which is pretty interesting to say the least. For all the movie buffs out there, did you know that Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze was actually filmed in Virginia, which I thought was pretty cool. One of my absolute favorite movies, just because I found out the girl's name is Frances, and that is my name too. So that's pretty cool. Their state song is Carry Me Back to Old Virginia. Their state bird is a cardinal. Their state fish is a brook trout. Their state shell is an oyster. Their state tree and flower is dogwood. And their state motto is "Thus always to tyrants." So I wanted to give this room a very colonial feel. I put in some really, vibrant colors, but kept it pretty neutral to say the least. I don't know, these people reminded me of what colonials would look like when they came over here. I also really liked this picture. I think it's of Brindleton Bay. And yeah, I wanted to give it a nice colonial feel. So I really enjoyed that room. The next room that we are spinning for is the kitchen, and I have to say I loved doing this room. Hawaii is somewhere that I have not been, but it's again on my bucket list to go to. So let's throw out some fun facts about Hawaii, but first I had to get this tiki bar in here. It was my priority when I was doing this kitchen. So let's see here. Hawaii entered the Union as the 50th state on August 21st, 1959. The state capital is Honolulu. Let's see, the nicknames are Aloha State, Paradise of the Pacific. So let's see here. The state motto is "The life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness," which is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so besides being a tropical paradise, let's see what else Hawaii is famous for. So they are famous for Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, Pearl Harbor Memorials, and Waikiki Beach. Okay, I loved doing this room. My favorite room in my own home is my kitchen, just because I love cooking. So to give it a nice tropical feel was definitely what I was trying to achieve. I wanted to put some tropical plants to it, keep it very vibrant, very bright. I love, love, love everything about Hawaii. I actually grew up and practiced hula for 10 years, so Hawaii, the state, has a very near and dear place to my heart. I tried to get the flooring and the walls as right as I possibly could. I kept changing my mind, to be brutally honest. I didn't know how I wanted the walls to be exactly until I found this really nice wood and I just rolled with it. So I put a lot of accents of island living to it. This whole room was practically island living and jungle adventure from the past. So I really enjoyed it. Some other cool facts I learned about Hawaii was it grows roughly 42 acres each year because of the Kilauea volcano. It is an active volcano on the Big Island. The Dole Plantation has the largest pineapple maze in the world. So it is on Oahu, and it consists of 14,000 carefully crafted, colorful Hawaiian plants, and it is a big attraction for tourists. Another cool thing is a number of Hollywood movies are filmed in Hawaii. So some of the movies include Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. My personal favorite movie of all time, 51st Dates, Godzilla, Tropic Thunder, and You, Me, and Dupree. So Hawaii is definitely a Hollywood movie destination. So the next room is going to be the living room. And I was so happy when the wheel decided to do Kansas. I just finished watching all 10 seasons of Smallville. And if you haven't seen that show, it's definitely worth a watch. I loved the story of Superman before he became Superman. So shout out to Smallville. So the inspiration behind this room was sunflowers. I read that Kansas was known as the Sunflower State, and I rolled with it. Let's see here. So, Kansas entered the Union as the 34th state on January 29th, 1861. Let's see. Their state motto is "To the stars through difficulties." Their state flower is the sunflower. Their state song is "Home on the Range." I love that song. And their state tree is cottonwood. So I was really inspired by sunflowers and anything yellow within this build. I just wanted to really give it a ranch type of home feel. And surprisingly, there was so many sunflower paintings and decorations within The Sims that I was really excited about. So yellow was my inspiration here. I was really debating on how I wanted to do the lights and how I wanted the room to be set up. I just wanted my Sims to just come in here, hang out, and be able to watch a nice movie on a big screen TV. So I was being a little indecisive about some of the decorations, but then I saw the sunflower smiling, so I rolled with that. I put up these nice little accented curtains, and then I thought, what else can I do to make this more homey? So I put up the rocking chair with the yarn from the Nifty Knitting Pack that was released a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I just wanted to give this a nice yellow feel. I was going to put these woven rugs in here, but then I thought, no, the sun looked better. And this is one of my favorite wallpapers, actually. I absolutely love how it gradiates from dark to light or light to dark. Now, something desperately needed to be put in this corner, and I was so indecisive. I did not know what I wanted to put. So I went from trees to all these different plants. And then finally, I just decided on doing a bookshelf. And then I put a little Easter egg in there, I guess, and did the superhero action figure. So the next room is the bedroom, and I got Nevada. Now, I was debating, what can I do? Should I do it desert? Should I do it, you know, what is there to do for Nevada? And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. Why not do a Vegas themed room? And I'm like, okay, let's roll with it. So with this room, I had so much fun doing this. I had gone through 5 different types of lights that I wanted to put up here. And finally, these struck me, and I thought, you know what? I love the larger light bulbs at the end because it reminded me of Vegas. I was going to put hanging lights, and I was going to do all these different lights, and those seemed to be the best fit for what I wanted to do. So I rolled with that, and this I got super creative on. So all of these actresses, well, sim actresses, I decided to put in between because there was such a gap, and I thought this was so cool. I don't know where this creativity came from, but I was really excited about it, and it's a nice little accent to the room itself. So let's see here. Some interesting facts about Nevada. So it entered the Union on October 31st, 1864 as the 36th state. So it shares a birthday with Halloween. Let's see, their state capital is Carson City. Their state song is "Home Meets Nevada." Their state motto is "All for Our Country." Now, I have been to Vegas many times, but I actually do like Reno a lot more. It's closer to me as well. So it's about a 3-hour drive from where I live. I was having a hard time with trying to find an end table, and then I just decided to not do it. But I wanted to make this room as if you booked a Vegas vacation and you went to a beautiful 5-star resort and you got the coolest room ever. So that was my inspiration behind this. I did use a lot of vintage glamour in here, but this ended up being my favorite room in the entire house just because I love the way it looked. I love how it came out. I decided to put a pinup girl there, and this room was actually my absolute favorite. So let's see, besides Vegas and Reno, what else is Nevada famous for? So Nevada has major resorts. It is famous for the gold and silver mining, wild mustangs, and Lake Tahoe. So if you live in California, you have to go through Lake Tahoe before you hit Reno, and Lake Tahoe is absolutely beautiful. I actually drove there in the middle of a snowstorm. Terrifying to say the least, but it really just stamped certified badass on my driving record for sure. It was the most terrifying thing that I have ever done, but it was really cool to see all the beautiful snow. And Tahoe's just beautiful. So I really wanted to make this room just sparkle with Vegas charm. Okay, the last room is the bathroom, and this is New Mexico as the state. So I wanted to give this a very Strangerville type of feel. One of my other favorite shows is Roswell. Now this came out, I want to say 1999, so at the very end of the 90s, and it is such a great show. They actually redid it, and my goodness, if you just want nostalgia to the max, definitely check it out. So I wanted to give, a very gold bathtub, succulents, and I was so tempted to put that tub with the succulents in there, but I didn't have enough room. But it's okay, I put a cactus. So let's see here. Some interesting facts about New Mexico. Just like our first state, it entered the Union on February 14th, 1912, and it was the 48th state to enter the Union. The capital is Santa Fe. Let's see here. So the state motto is "It grows as it goes." And the state nickname is Land of Enchantment, which is very, mystical. The state animal is the black bear. The state bird is a roadrunner. And the state song is "Oh Fair New Mexico." So I was having a lot of fun doing this. I wanted to, just really highlight Strangerville or any of that type of feel to the actual bathroom. Now I wanted to put some plants. I didn't want to overwhelm with too many plants, but I definitely took a hold of the succulents. I thought they would be super perfect within this. One of my favorite things that I saw was actually this armadillo. I thought it was too cute to not put in here. The other thing that I discovered was this rug. Now, it has llamas on it, and I thought, the Emperor's New Groove for sure. And then I just finished it off with a really nice light fixture. It was a hanging one, and I really liked how this room turned out as well. And to put the icing on the cake, I put a beautiful picture of the sun at the very top. So yeah, that was the end of my home. So quick walkthrough. This is how I ended up doing the outside, the landscaping of it, a well. I wanted to put a nice little campfire with a bee box as well. So laundry is going to be outside just to give it like that nice woodsy feel as well. Now, entering into the house, the first thing that you see is the grand piano with all of these beautiful odes to jazz, and I just absolutely loved it. A jukebox, um, the cool cat. I've been wanting to use that and just didn't know how to do it properly, so I finally found a way to do it. So when your sim enters here, it's just nothing but jazz. Now going into the kitchen, I wanted to give it a nice tropical feel. You entered the islands as soon as you came in here, especially with the leaves dangling above the sink and above the tiki bar, so that was really nice. Then you go in here with a nice colonial feel. Um, just completely different than anything else in the house. I put the swords up there because why not? And this beautiful picture of the Sims from the olden days. Then you walk into this nice little Kansas based living room, and my ode to Superman right there with a nice barn and a rocking chair. Then you just jump straight into the city of Vegas with this nice retro jukebox and a vanity, the giraffe light. I really liked how the lights came out. I didn't know if it was going to work, and it absolutely did. So that was just the best. And what a great way to use the lights in addition to the beauties within them. Now leaving the very Vegas shimmery bedroom, we walk into this beautiful New Mexico bathroom. The armadillo, the succulents, the cactus, the beautiful sun. It just screams desert, but also very homely. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. I appreciate your support, and new videos are going to be coming very, very frequently. So thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.